this container is such a beautiful experience. Like, just look at in the many ways we can experience pleasure, meditative states, letting go, somatic release. There are so many ways one can experience life and higher potential through this body, through this container.
Yeah, true, true. When you say that there's so many ways to experience sensuality, and that's what being a tantra practitioner, people think that orgasm is just so local and you need to stimulate either your genitals to have an orgasm, whereas the orgasm is also such a holistic, like a phenomena that you can actually experience being multi-orgasmic, a very natural state.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can experience also orgasms on a very different chakras or different ways, or full
Yep.
body orgasms, and that's what is feeling life.
Mm-hmm.
What that's what makes us feel alive.
Mm.
Otherwise, I feel like we fear death because we are not able to live it
Yes.
fully. if
So
we
true.
start if we start living it, then we might not fear it so much because we are living it in so much the moment. We are so
Mm.
much just there. So yeah.
It's true. I mean, fear is a created state of the mind, right? I mean, when there is an object in front of us, fear is the reaction that we have to that object, or what we have mentally created towards that object. So for me also, there is when we speak from, and I'm a student of Buddhist philosophy. So when we talk about nirvana actually is the state of complete fearlessness. And that is what nirvana, unlike what people think, you go into some other world, and so nirvana actually is the state of complete fearlessness. And it isn't easy, and I'm not saying in any way that I'm there or I understand it. I don't, because I have my fears. And to be honest with you, asli fear, what is true fear, I only discovered after I became a mother. you know so I never feared for myself that way. I was doing all kinds of, my behaviors were all kinds of self-mutilating behaviors, getting into the wrong relationships, making the wrong decisions, so, but they didn't, it came from a place of unaware of how to truly care for myself. But when I look at what fear is now, I now feel fear for somebody whose life till for many many years is going to be completely dependent on me. You know, so there's a very new kind of anxiety or a new kind of fear becoming a mother. So so it is, on the other hand, teaching me how to bit by bit and daily actually let go of those fears. You know, so it is that being feeling, that sense of being empowered, that I also want to pass on to my daughter, you know and hopefully together we will walk the path, towards complete fearlessness, which can take all your life to achieve, you know to really reach a state where you feel it. It's a daily pursuit, like you said. It's the pursuit of the moment. So in the moment you are pursuing, what am I creating in my mind that is leading me to fear, and how can I go beyond that fear?
Yeah, yeah. Can you correct your video again, because your video is again pixelated on Instagram?
All right, one
How did
second.
you do it before?
1 second. Is that better?
Still pixelated, but getting a little better, I think.
Okay, let's get a little different direction, maybe. Is that better?
Still pixelated. I don't
It's
know
also
why.
because of, okay, let's see if let's try it in a different direction. Let me know if any direction works a little better. Or I'm going to try one thing. Hold on.
I don't want to deprive our audience of your pretty face.
Okay. What about this?
Better,
Better?
definitely. But I won't say it's like, yeah, this is definitely better, but not in the
Okay.
first year.
Okay, okay, okay.
Um, yeah, we can hear her just fine though. Yeah, the voice is fine, but yeah, the face is not so clear, but we
Is
can
that
carry on.
better now?
Yeah, we can carry on. It's not
Okay.
100% better, but yeah.
Well, that's the difficulty of being in the technical world, and it is what
Yes,
it is.
yes, yes.
Let's embrace that.
Let's be friends with whatever is
Yeah,
happening at this moment
yeah,
for
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But yeah,
Just tell me if you lose sound, because we don't want to use lose sound, because we're here to talk, right? That's the
yeah, yeah.
important thing.
Sound is perfect. Sound is perfect, and
Okay,
I
all right.
the audience can also hear it well. So let's
Okay.
go back. You brought a very important and interesting topic as fears. Because we all have it, and it's so many maybe layers and layers of fear, unconscious, subconscious, and conscious fears, and we all need to work. We all need to confront it. We all need to see in the eyes of fear to maybe illuminate this darkness or illuminate the demons of fears or whatever
Mm,
it is to
mm,
it's like digging into the soil, into our own roots,
mm-hmm,
into our own being,
mm,
to find, oh yeah, I have this, and it could be very, very inhibiting. It could be very courageous. It takes a call of courage to look into our own self, to look into our own demons, fear,
mm,
darknesses,
mm,
shadows. So yes, I think that any kind of, like, whether movement, meditation, therapies, festivals, meeting in the groups, meeting in the retreats, coming together wherein a group of people or like-minded people who are ready to
yes,
dive deeper into their fears, into their darknesses, are working. It's like working
yes,
on the light.
yeah,
To bring
yeah,
yourself into light, we need to see what is in there.
yeah.
So yeah, and this is
It's
what
always easier with community. It's always easier with community, you
true,
know,
true,
to
and
have people who are on the same path, and then you resonate with that together, you know?
true.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is why we are creating, especially for women, this Wonder Women Festival, wherein you will be sharing on movement, therapy, meditation, and just bringing light to this feminine energy and bringing power, bringing empowered selves. And to our listeners who are joining us here, you have Meher 10 as your discount code. So if you use that, you can get 10% off on the festival. And yeah, we still have super early bird going on. And this is a chance to meet in person and come out of this online screens to hug, to feel, to connect with the sisterhood. And we have been doing this festival now. This is our fourth edition, and we have lovely feedbacks and testimonials because it's very natural and easy. And we have been doing it since ancient times, women coming together,
Yeah,
in red tents or when they are menstruating, because we are in very much synchronicity. We
yeah.
can really connect and melt and feel each other on a very, very deeper levels.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I'm glad that I have a chance to do this. I hope all goes well with the COVID situation, you know. Fingers crossed, really. But I've always, Shrishti, you've been part of my community. So you know that I've always had a very strong woman community, you know. For me, that's always been so important to be to empower women and to be empowered by women, you know. And I feel like when you meet women, especially at festivals like Wonder Women, from different walks of life, you realize that this community is searching for the same thing, and you get a chance to connect with women at a much deeper level than how you functionally would at your work, or because there's so many distractions. There isn't time to actually come down. Hey, let's take the time to connect and go deep. There's no time for it nowadays.
Yeah,
People get
we
so caught up.
we are not taking any pauses. Even if it was pandemic, we are just like hooked onto the screen. We are just looking for the excuse. Our mind wants
Yeah,
to escape in all the ways, to not
yeah,
look at it, to not
yeah,
sit with it.
Yeah.
So all these, retreats, meditation retreats, or collectively just coming together, celebrating, it's not just a serious work. We do a lot of,
Mhm.
every evenings we have some kind of party, which is a conscious party, I would say, and yet
Mhm.
so much fun and yet so much
Mhm.
creative, because the people participating in it are creating it. So it's not we
Mhm.
creating those evening events, it's the people who are creating
Mm.
the party together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very, I
Do you know
feel,
that? Do you know
interesting.
the thing that I'm looking forward to at Wonder Woman Festival the most
Yes.
is to have my daughter at an all women festival.
Oh yeah, that's lovely. No, it's
That's going
already
to be
that.
amazing. Look at where life has brought us. That even just before she turns 2, she has a chance of being with powerful women, connecting with them, getting to know herself at a very young age. And I feel like that's what's missing in our system. We don't give our sisters and mothers the opportunity to go deeper because they are so stuck with their responsibilities. you
Yes,
know
yes,
so encourage if you're a man and listening in, encourage your moms, your sisters, your girlfriends, your wives to step out, to take some time off from her responsibilities, from all the baggage she's always carrying, to go enjoy herself, to enjoy her being, to connect with women. I mean, it's amazing. If men, like my husband is so encouraging of this, if men also become, you know support systems for women to go explore themselves, to go deeper into their beings, I feel like we'll have such a more balanced sense of community.
yeah. What we need in the world is right now this balance of the feminine and masculine
Yes.
energy, that yeah, that it's not only the masculine in charge of running the world as politicians, as leaders, but also feminine,
Yes.
empowering themselves and taking those roles out of love, out of compassion. So
Yes,
this is what
absolutely.
is needed to bring that balance and to learn those lessons. And
Yes, absolutely.
I always say that this festival is not a pure feminist festival. I don't believe in
Mm,
being a pure feminist, because
right.
our whole uh, purpose is to bring this balance between the feminine and masculine, not just
Right.
outside but also inside, because
Right.
Tantra is this symbol of Ardhanarishwar, half man and half woman.
Right.
So this is half Shiva and half Shakti. So how this
Yes.
dance can happen between the masculine and feminine energy? And for this, I feel that feminine needs to rise. Feminine needs to recognize and acknowledge herself,
Absolutely,
to
yes.
tap into her power. And especially in countries like India, I feel that where women really need to step out of their only the household duties, to recognize their own gifts, to recognize their own,
Yes.
yeah, everything we are.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely,
yes.
yes.
Hmm. So let's get on to how maybe some small tips of movement one can do or practice to feel to their sensual body or self.
I'm going to talk about, of course, this little tiny practice that we're going to do is for men and women alike, because when I teach movement, and I work with a lot of women, but I also have the chance of working with a lot of wonderful men who trust my process. It's not very easy for men to also trust a female mentor, especially, the fact that I come from a field of belly dance. I feel like a lot of times men feel a little bit like, oh, that's not for me. And I think that that's the perfect time to look at yourself and look deeper and identify why you feel that kind of resistance. Why does a woman who is so comfortable with her body, why does a woman who expresses herself with complete freedom feel so threatening? You know. So we're gonna get into a little bit of an exercise I like to do with with my dancers and with movement practitioners. And I call this exercise, finding waves. So what you're going to be looking at is exploring the highs and lows of the ocean or the sea within the different parts of your bodies. So you imagine first that the ocean, or the highs and lows of the ocean, is in your head. And then you imagine that that effect trickles down into your shoulders so that the ocean can be experienced within your shoulders and your upper back and your chest. And then the ocean transmutes into your hips and your butt and your thighs. And then the ocean transmutes into your legs. You might not be able to see my legs because I'm using headphones, so it's not going to be that easy to see it, but I'm going to see if I can put you, yeah, if you can see a little bit of me. I'm just going to try to see if that works so that you have a little view in the mirror. That might help a little bit towards the back, but here you can, I think on Facebook, see it quite clearly. So we're going to start by simply just, softly bending our knees and making a connection with our bodies. So you're just bending your knees and swaying side to side. You're just swaying side to side. So just bending and swaying side to side, just experiencing the body. And if anything needs to be, shed off, or you need to let go of anything, I just want you to gently shake off whatever part of your body that needs to shed this layer. If it's in your wrists, if it's in your shoulders, if it's in your hips. And I'm just doing this quite gently because I still have, these headphones on. It's a little bit of a limitation. So just shake it off. And just find yourself in a space of stillness for a few seconds. And you're just relaxed, you're there, just relaxed. All right. And you want to feel the highs and lows of the ocean within your neck and your head. And it's just relaxed. You want to bring to your mind the memory of being at the ocean. When was the last time you were at the ocean? Just let your neck and head relax and enjoy those waves. Just feel those waves in your neck. Feel the cleansing power of that ocean water. And you're just feeling those waves. So it's almost as if the wave is living within your head and your neck. And moving those waves into your shoulders, your chest and your upper back. Feel the highs and lows of the waves crashing against the beach. Let it move into your arms. Feel those waves into your arms. Let that feeling move into your hips. The water, remember that you are 70% water. So even while you stop moving, the water still keeps moving within. So keep that visualization of the water moving within you. You're moving in your mind, moving in your body, moving in your hips now. Don't be shy to move your hips. A lot of our regret and fear is locked in our hips. Let go of that fear. Release that regret. Whatever you've been holding on, just let it go. And moving the waves into your legs now. Your thighs, your knees, your feet. You might not be able to see mine very well, but you know what the feeling's like now, to bring that water, that wave into your legs. There's no right or wrong. Your experience of the feeling of the wave is very different from my experience of the wave. So let your movement be inspired by your experience of the wave, your memory of the wave. And just for a few seconds, connect the waves within all of your being. Move however you like, but embodying the experience of the wave. You can use some deep exhales to let go of whatever stress you might be holding on to. Just take a moment to find the silence. Remember that your body stops, but the water within still keeps moving. Your blood is moving. Your cells are still moving. And movement is part of who you are. Your organs, your skin, your bones, your joints are always in movement. Acknowledge that. And take a deep breath in. And let go. Once again. And let go. Last time, deep breath in. And let go. Over to you, Srishti.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Some people are asking me if I'm high, and I want to reply to that by saying that I am almost always high. Almost always. Because there is no stimulant that can lead you to a higher you than your breath, really. And each time I was working with the exhalation and the it just took me deeper and deeper. It just took me deeper and deeper and deeper. So yes, to answer your question, I'm high. I'm high almost all the time.
Yeah, in Tantra, we say there are three things, which supports us to move the energy. That is breath, movement, sound. So
Yes.
your practice was
All
comprised
three.
of three. So it's perfect.
I mean,
And
I think I'm, how do you say? I probably am secretly a Tantra practitioner and I just don't know it.
yeah, sometimes, when before I was introduced to it, and I was like, for me, it was so natural to
Mm.
dive into it deeper because it is there in my soil or in my seeds. So
Mm.
yeah, we
You know,
never know.
as also, you know, you have Tantra in different ways. I mean, the kind of thing that you do is different. Even as a student of Buddhist philosophy, we have a section on Buddhist Tantra. But we are asked to only enter that world when we have first understood Buddhist Sutra, you know.
Mm, mm,
So we are led into that only when, you know, our teachers think we're ready, or when it's time for us to enter that world. And right now I just feel like I'm so, my main goal at the moment is to understand, you know, finding compassion deeper in my heart. You know, I still have a long way to go, both towards finding compassion towards myself and towards, you know, other people. Humans can really get the best of me, you know. I can find compassion for every kind of animal, but when it comes to humans, that's the tough part. And I know that that's the work that I need to do still.
yeah, we all have lots of judgments and boundaries and walls we
Yeah,
create,
yeah, yeah.
so
It's a
to
lot of
avoid
work.
that intimacy. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. And just I feel like 10 minutes, giving just even 10 minutes of your day
Yes.
to yourself can help you to reconnect and rebridge to
Yes.
yourself and
Yes.
just listen to yourself. So it
Absolutely.
doesn't ask or take more just to bring
Absolutely.
yourself back. Just little
Yes.
awareness to the body, little awareness to your breath, and you are there in present,
Yeah.
being present
Yeah. You're
here
just
and
your,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For a moment, you're connected to yourself and less distracted by everything else that's going on. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, if you want more of this magic of movement, meditation, connection, sisterhood, join us now till we have the early bird, and Meher would be sharing more in person in Goa. The venue and the location is absolutely stunning and amazing.
I'll be
It is
teaching
like,
physically. I think I'll be teaching physically after almost 2 years.
yeah, absolutely. Just today I woke up with a very beautiful message with this woman who came last weekend. So I was doing a 3-day retreat. So
Wow.
she sent me a painting of her orgasm,
Oh,
and she
wow.
yeah,
That's
and so
super.
she was like, I've started feeling and it's talking to me more, and I
Super.
painted and I'm enjoying my climax and my orgasms as never before.
That's so
The
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like we are addicted. A lot of our addictions are coming because we are not able to experience this pleasure and bliss which we have so
Yeah.
naturally available.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we can connect to our natural bliss and inner ecstasy, we don't need external substances.
So true.
So yeah,
So
when
true.
somebody asks
I've
you that,
never felt the need. I've never felt the need to rely on an external substance ever. I mean, I might have tried things, yeah, sure, but I've never felt the need to rely on something, or I've never made a pattern out of the use of a substance ever in my life, because for me, movement has been the highest high, you know, and just connecting deeper with my body and understanding the ways my body can experience life. And isn't that what we're seeking? Isn't through substance usage, isn't what we're also seeking is life, right? We want to feel more alive. But we have all the tools available to us to already feel alive, you know?
exactly, and I completely, we are in the same boat. I
Yes.
don't even know how to take a puff. I have experienced maybe twice or thrice some kind of
Mm,
substances, but
mm,
I never felt a need, because in the meditation you can experience the same ecstasies. You can reach to that same ecstasy. So
Yes,
I
even
feel like these
beyond.
substances just bring me down, they
Mm,
don't
mm.
take me up, they just bring
I
me
feel the
down.
same
So
way. I feel the same way.
yes, yes, exactly. So
I feel like for
join us.
certain types, I feel like for certain types of people, the substance use can still give them a step on the ladder, you know. But but to be honest, if you don't have your mind in the right place, it's never going to take you where you want to go, you know.
Yeah, it's good to just maybe experience it, but any
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
addiction is not good,
So true. So
whether
true.
it's the substances or
Absolutely.
anything. So
Absolutely.
gadgets, these days
I
social media and
know.
gadgets are the highest addiction for everyone, younger generation.
So
So
true.
we really need to be so mindful of what we
So
are
true.
putting inside our body through these five senses,
Yeah,
what we are seeing, what we are eating, smelling, taste. It's so important. So
absolutely.
yeah. So women, sorry, the ones in men's body, I can't invite you to this festival, but we have lots of retreats, Tantra meditation, different kind of retreats happening in Goa. You can follow us on Evolve Beings, and people who are joining us from Evolve Beings, please feel free to join Meher Malik on her page for more understanding on movement as a meditation. And
I want to really invite all the women out there to come move with me, learn with me, grow with me in Goa from the 1st to the 5th at the Wonder Woman Festival. And Shrishti, and it's amazing how Shrishti and I have connected. Shrishti used to be my belly dance student, what, 10 years back? Yeah,
no more. I was
more,
calculating yesterday.
more,
It was
huh?
like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah, maybe, and
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
how long I've been
I was,
dancing, oh
I
girl.
think, one of the first batch.
Yes,
I was
probably
one of your first
one of
batch.
the first few. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just amazing how we connected. I was in, and it happened in Goa when we were there for Roro's first birthday, and the place you were living at, Shrishti, while you were walking on the road, Shrishti was just going down in her car, and I was connecting with a student and a friend from, imagine, 15 years back, and we hadn't spoken in such a long time, and everything is just so
No, no.
magical. It's so divine, and I hope that women can come, and I'm sure that we've come together for something divine to happen. So I hope that other women can come and become part of that divine experience with us in Goa in December.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's so many amazing workshops, not just movement, but women can connect with their so many things which we have been ignoring. So there is meditation, breath work, yoni healing, cutting cords, and opening your heart, because I feel the bridge, or for anything, our heart, if it's in place, it can bridge between the spirit and matter. So join us in this journey, and there is more
Absolutely,
to
yes.
come. This is not even the beginning, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Meher.
much.
Thank you so much for this time, and I look forward to meet you soon, and
Me
maybe
too.
some of you who have been listening us. And
I want to
thank
bring
you.
you back. I want to bring you back for my Wonder Woman Wednesdays.
Yes, okay. We shall. We
We'll
shall
see
talk
what we want to
again.
talk about that day.
Done. Done,
Lots of
darling.
love, Shrishti.
Lots of love to you, Meher, and lots of love to all our amazing listeners. Thanks for
Thank you,
joining us.
everybody, for listening in. Thank
Love
you.
you and big hugs. Bye bye.
Bye.